Hello Keto Warriors. Just want to put a quick video out about where I'm at right now. I've been at this ketogenic diet for around 8 months. I've had some setbacks. I've had some self-experimentation going on that's knocked me in and out of ketosis, and I really was not highly adapted except around the first 3 months. I know I was highly adapted because all my skin issues went away, my glucose, my blood pressure, everything normalized about the 3-month point. And then for a few weeks after that, I was doing great. I was not having any caffeine, nuts, dairy, any sugar of any kind, no artificial sweeteners. Then after that, I started adding in some things. I tried drinking coffee again. Immediately, my fasting glucose was a high in the morning. My daytime glucose numbers have been perfect, even when I was experimenting with different foods. So I have pretty good control of my glucose during the waking hours, but it seems at night I have the dawn phenomenon, which is where your blood glucose rises between about 3 and 6 a.m., 3 and 7. I got up at 3:30 this morning. I went to bed about 6 o'clock last night. I was really tired. So I got up at 3:30, took my glucose. It was 105. It was 77 before I went to bed. So, during the day, my glucose will come up a little bit right after I eat, but then it goes immediately back down to base normal for me, which is in the 80s. High 70s, low 80s. And usually for the first 3.5 months or so during the ketogenic diet, my morning glucose numbers were perfect. 70s and 80s, always below 83, which is where you want to be in ketosis. I started recently testing my ketones, and it's kind of weird. Like, when my glucose is normal, it seems that I'm not putting out a lot of ketones. But when my glucose is high, my ketones seem to be high too. It's a strange thing going on. I think that when you're in ketosis, the reason you're not seeing a bunch of ketones on the urine strips is that your body's actually burning it and not flushing it out. You probably, when you have a low ketone on your urine strips, you're probably peeing out glucose. So that's just been my kind of intuitiveness on this, is that these ketone strips, you might want to shoot for something in the mid-range. You don't want the really high ketones, because that, to me, it shows that you're just urinating the ketones out and they're not getting burned in your blood. Especially if you have a high glucose number and you're peeing out ketones at the same time, then something's amiss. So keep battling out there. I'm about ready to have an awesome avocado and sardines lunch. Got these lovely avocados today. There we go. Sardines and avocados. Bunch of fat, about 20 grams of fat there, about 15 grams of protein. Bunch of fat there, few carbs. Gonna follow it off with a little bit of coconut oil. And that will be my awesome keto lunch today. That'll be my last meal of the day. I'm just going to have broth the rest of the day. I ate later than I usually do yesterday. I had just wonderful fats and proteins. I had a little more protein than I had the day before. The day before I had about 75. Yesterday I had about 120. So a lot more protein than I had the day before. But still, not a huge amount of protein. Still moderate. I ate about 230 grams of fat. My calories, I ended up with almost 3,000 calories yesterday. I jumped on the scale just for giggles and actually lost 1.5 pounds eating 3,000 calories. So I had blown up a little bit from my experimentation with fruits. when I ate some apples and I ate some berries and a little bit of dark chocolate for about 3 days only. And I didn't really eat a lot. I binged a little bit. But over that 3 days, my body blew up on me. I was 15 pounds heavier than I was a week before. So I know it was mostly water and glycogen filling up my muscles and stuff from all the fructose in the apples and the chocolate that I ate. I didn't eat much chocolate, but you know, it's got other things in it like theobromine, which is kind of antagonizes your adrenals. Also caffeine, which we know will raise your adrenals and also will raise your glucose numbers. Caffeine. Yep. So no matter how much I love coffee, I'm going to have to abstain and keep my coffee consumption big zero. So for those of you who are pre-diabetic, insulin resistant, metabolically damaged, do stay strict to your keto. Keep a chart of your macros in the beginning and until you get used to this way of eating. And when you have setbacks, go back and keep track of your macros again. This is a wonderful diet. It will heal and lower your blood glucose. It's just amazing the amount of fat loss that this diet promotes too. And it's healthy. It's not high protein. It's moderate protein. So remember that. Protein can also be turned to glucose in your blood. For those of you that are insulin resistant and those of you who are diabetic or pre-diabetic, take it easy on the protein on this diet. This is not a high protein diet. This is a moderate protein diet. So those of you that you've seen, eat a gram of protein for every gram of body weight. No, about a half a gram of protein on this diet per body weight. So for men, about 70 to 80 grams of protein a day is plenty while on this diet. Later on, after you've highly adapted, you want to add a little more protein because you're working out or you're doing some heavy weight training, then yeah, you want to ramp up your protein then. But while you're in the fat loss adaptation stage of the ketogenic diet, you want to moderate your protein and even keep it on the low side if necessary. Thank you for your time. And again, anybody got any advice on this dawn phenomena? Let me have it. Drop me a comment and let me know what's working for you with this dawn phenomena. Also, take it easy and love one another. Just had to throw that out. There's so much anger and there's so much stress in the world. Ketogenic diet is very much a part of attitude as well. Being angry will aggravate your body and make you produce more glucose. Being angry, aggravated, mean, nasty. I've been guilty of being all those things. So I just want to put out the love there, folks. Stay good, stay decent, and love yourselves. Love yourself, then you can love others. Thank you.